that because I want them to talk to me like that because I want them to think that they're running the show.
Lester, you're
Comfortable,
wrong.
and that's when
You're
I
starting
sneak
to piss me
behind
off,
them and I
Lester.
can hit some computer buttons and their heads explode.
Lester,
That's how you do it. It is
Lester,
the modern era.
What do you know about the modern era? You're fucking a game guy. I'm a real gangster.
You're a real gangster. What do you know about the modern era? This is GTA 5. This is computers. The whole thing is computers.
I want you to tell me who's a better boss, Lester or Larry. I know you guys
Lester's a
want
better boss. Larry, you're losing it.
Look,
you're losing it, man.
Lester, I'm done. Give me the cup.
You're done. I'm done.
You, Lester.
Larry.
Hey, everybody. Larry Lawton here. Got a great video for you today. Yes, we are back. We are all things crime, all things community, all things, even entertainment. And I have a very special guest, everybody. I have Lester Crest from GTA 5 and 6.
Oh,
am I allowed to ask?
Here's the thing about GTA 5 and the 6, Larry. I can't say not a word. I can't say it. You know I got to keep it secret, baby.
Yeah, listen, you got NDAs and all of that.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I would love to tell the peoples, give them what they want, but, you know, Rockstar makes us stay nice and quiet. So I can't say one way or the other if I'm involved.
We have Lester Crest, who is actually Jay Klaitz, who is he is an actor who has been in hundreds of pieces. He's been around a while. We have some interaction. We had some issues a little bit earlier. No big issues. We'll talk about it later, about real gangster stuff. But, you know, Lester, should I call you Lester or Jay?
Whatever you like, man. If we're talking GTA, Lester. If we were just other shit, call me Jay. How about that?
Okay, Jay. Let's start out with that.
All right.
First of all, I do hear that you're in the marijuana business.
Yes, I am. I'm opening up a dispensary in southern New Jersey. Very excited. My partners and I have been working very hard for a few years. We're right at the finish line, just raising that last little bit of money, and then we're good to go.
Wow, Jay, I love it because, again, I'm a believer in pot. I mean,
yes.
In Florida, I have a medical marijuana card. Is it legal medically or is it legally recreation in Jersey?
In New Jersey, it is both legally legal medically and recreationally. More recently, recreational, and that's why we got into the biz. But yes, I believe in the medicine, and we are very excited to help bring it to the people. And it's been fun being an entrepreneur in a brand new industry, right? Because it's new to this state, so by definition, it's kind of exciting and new, and people are figuring it out as they go. It's wild.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna bring on. I have a couple of friends who are in the pop business. Now they're in the business itself. Obviously, a very good friend of mine, Randy Lania, who I don't know if you saw his sports show. Did you watch that?
Yeah, you mentioned Randy. I went and did a checkout. Very cool guy. That cat's been up to some.
Did you see that documentary on Netflix?
I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, I know the one you mean.
Watch it. It's called Bad Sport. Bad Sport. He ended up becoming a rookie of the year in the Indianapolis 500 in the Indy car series. Yeah. Very, very exciting guy. We ended up knowing the same people in prison, and it was like real. It was like old home week we had.
Right.
But Jay, so
yes.
Can you give? You know, a lot of people don't know this about you, and I want to get it out there. How did you get into GTA in the start?
In the very beginning, it was as simple as a audition from my agent, and I had no idea what it was, like no clue, you know, like they just gave me a scene. I don't even remember if it was actual Lester lines or if it was, you know, sometimes they'll give you like a dummy scene, you know, like because they don't want to release any of the content yet. So they just gave me a scene. I went in there, did a crazy character, and even after I booked it, I had no idea what the thing was. You know, I didn't know the scale of it until it really happened later. But
did you look up Rockstar?
I was, you know, I've always been a video game, you know, fan, and so like I was certainly aware of Rockstar as a company and the cool games that they've done, and so I was pumped to work with them, especially the people that are actually like on the ground making it. Very, very cool people, you know, like
nice guys.
Dedicated. Yeah, nice guys, fun guys. I am 45.
Wow, you look
45.
Great, Jay. You're 45, and you played games. I mean, I never.
Oh hell yeah, baby! Oh yeah, man. That was, you know, I was a kid of the '80s, so you know, Contra, Mario Bros. That was like my world. But even now, I don't have quite as much time these days because I got 2 little kids. So you know, My
Congratulations.
gaming is a bit limited. Thank you,
Yes,
but I
congratulations.
still get after it now and then.
Wow, it's funny because I play a little GTA now myself, and
Oh yeah,
I'm good at driving and flying, but that's about it.
yeah. Hey, listen, everybody needs a wheel man, right? We gotta have
I
a
had those.
driver or
I
pilot.
had those. I'll give you a little click. I did a pretty big podcast lately. I can't mention who it is. I'll get you
Sure.
offline. And it's a very big podcaster, and he's actually interviewing the founders of Rockstar.
Oh, cool.
Now, Jay, I'm not gonna get you mad. I'm not gonna do anything like that. He
Sure.
believes that Lester should be out and Larry should be running a crew. Now, hold on,
Like
Lester.
in the game, in game.
In game, he says Larry. First of all, he actually said, and you'll know who he is. He said he plays it. He's very big. Put it this way: the guy interviewed Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg,
Oh, I got a
Benjamin
feeling I know who you mean.
Benjamin Netanyahu. I mean,
Yeah.
Maggard
All
people,
right.
and
Sure.
me, 5.5 hours.
And Larry Lawton, baby.
Yeah. And he's interviewing the founders of Rockstar, and he plays it.
Cool.
He says they need to have a game. I guess they have add-ons. They do these things now, and
Yeah, like the downloadable content where you get like
right,
new sort of pieces to the game after you've already bought it. Yeah.
right. And he says that's where you'll be. So, a question for you as a person who's in the game, and you're in obviously GTA 5 and 6. Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said,
Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. We don't know.
yeah.
We don't
Look
know.
at. I love you all the same. You, Ned, uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Franklin, who is a
Oh
solo.
yeah. Solo. Yeah,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, good guys. I got to meet you guys. I met all you guys.
I was just
Great.
talking to Solo the other day, man. He's a good guy. Love that cat.
He really is. So, do you yourself play GTA? And if you do you
Oh
play
sure.
add-ons and stuff like that?
Oh sure. I mean, I love the online mode, like getting in that room with the million other people and like going after each other. The chaos of that is
Well,
a
they
lot of
kill me
fun.
right away. Somebody finds out who I am,
Oh
and
sure.
I ended up having to have. I don't know if you know this person. You might. His name is Expert Thief. He is a
I don't
GTA
think
guy. He's
so.
got 5.7 million subscribers.
Wow.
Very big. And I became very close friends with him. I'm like his mentor. He's about 30. He's in his young 30s. And, he really didn't have the family life. He was an adopted kid. And I became really close with him. And I mean, we'll talk for hours about life and what he can do and stuff like that.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool, Jay.
Love it.
And the guy is really, I love him. He's a young black kid who's got a lot. He's very smart. Obviously built up. So we're playing the game, and he gets me in the game, and then it's a mod, of course. So what's happening is that people are dropping money on me and all these crazy. He goes, "You're not allowed to do that, but don't worry, you're all right." I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
He goes, "If they catch
Right.
you doing that, they'll ban, like you or some, like him."
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
but ever since they would kill me, he says, "Here's what we're gonna do, Larry. Watch." He gets his whole crew together, calls it a hit squad. He
Right.
had anybody who went after me, they chased them down into other games, Jay, and were killing them.
Really?
I had a kid calls it, "Can you please call these people off?" I'm laughing.
That's
What the hell's
amazing.
going on? So
Like a vendetta with a capital V, just
oh,
going after him, huh?
he you can watch the video. He puts me in a truck, like a breakable truck, where we round around, kill him. We rob a store, and you see how bad I am at GTA. Like I don't even control this stuff. So we did have a lot of fun, and Kevin's such a good kid. And as he said, he's waiting GTA 6. After GTA 6, we can retire. Obviously, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit hard. It's gonna be one of the biggest game releases ever. In fact, GTA 6 trailer was the most watched trailer of any other movie TV ever. Yeah.
I'm
So,
not surprised. Yeah.
well, they got a lot of money into that.
I mean, GTA 5 for a long time was the highest grossing media thing ever over movies, books, whatever else. It was
Sure.
like
Hey,
massive.
Jay,
Yeah.
on a personal level, did you ever think that? I mean, when you started, you're 45. You've been active for 20 years, I'm sure, at least, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever think gaming would be like this? I mean, this process of how big it
Oh,
got. I mean,
no, it's so wild, man. Like it never even occurred to me that I would act in video games. Like that
really,
was not even on my radar until it was already happening. I think even, you know, there were precursors to like GTA 5 where, you know, they would stand you up on this thing and like it would spin you around. And so they would get the 360 and like it was sort of what you see these days, but you know, it was the very early
I
stages.
see them at
Even
parties.
then,
They actually, I
oh
got the,
yeah. Oh yeah, totally. That's like people are doing it at home, like for fun. Yeah. I mean, even at that point, like seeing that stuff, it didn't really settle in to my brain like what this is going to be and like what the process. And even over the course of making GTA 5, the technology kept advancing and getting more and more, and like the studio we were working in was bigger and better and bigger and better, and like it was wild, man.
was the process, I mean, like, was the process more difficult than acting itself? I mean, you're in a suit,
um
right? You don't have the actual scene behind you. You know, you're in a room, I'm sure, or wherever you're at, but
you know
it's
what's
kind of
funny?
weird. I know what they have, those suits. What do they call them?
Yeah, the mocap suits and all
Mocap
that.
suits.
Yeah, totally. You know what? It occurs to me that it's a little bit of a marriage between film and theater, only on the experience of the actor, him or herself,
Oh,
right? Because it's not like a film where, you know, I've been on sets. I just finished this crazy, awesome Netflix gig, and if you had like walked onto that set and like if you woke up there, you would have no idea that you weren't actually in like an FBI office building type thing. I mean, it's
mm,
so hyper real. The details all around the set are so that's film and TV. Theater, obviously, there's a lot more imagination. There's a lot more like letting the audience fill in the gaps. There's a lot more letting the actors fill in the gaps. And doing the game is sort of somewhere in between because yes, they're filming it. I'm using that term a little loosely, but like yes, they're filming it, and there are elements of the set, but it's not hyper realistic. You're not getting in and out of actual cars. Obviously, you know, you're not like racing around on the street. You know, so it's you have to use your imagination as an actor and let that really sort of flourish in the moment. But there is some stuff, and there is like a lot of very cool technology surrounding it, of course. So it's kind of on the part of the actor. I think it's sort of somewhere in between.
you know, Jay, I've learned since speaking with you, Ned Luke, who plays Michael, a Solo, who plays Franklin. The only one I haven't done is Stephen Ogg. And I look at this, and you guys are all very talented guys, obviously. You know, I understand a little bit about the system. The character of Lester, where does it come up disability? You're not disabled. So are you?
Yeah.
That I don't know, maybe?
No.
Mentally, we know. Yeah.
Mentally, he's a little out there. Yeah. Um, I don't know that I would say disabled, but has some health issues that cause him to sort of need a little assistance getting
Is
around.
that you, or is that the game developing that guy?
It kind of evolved over the course of creating the game. Like in the beginning, it was kind of just he had a cane and a little bit of a limp, and then I sort of naturally like fell into the physicality of Lester, and like kind of over time it kind of builds a little bit, and then later there were parts where he would just say, "Fuck it, I need a wheelchair," and I'd be like rolling around in a wheelchair through in my office. So like it kind of grew over time, that part of Lester's character. But there was
Now,
always this like physicality because he's that character whose his advantage is his mind, not his body. You know,
well, we
he's
got
not
to
the
talk about that.
superhero whose advantage is the
We're going to
body.
talk about that, but not just yet about the end product of what when you
Yeah.
did. I really, I love the character building, understanding you guys and understanding the world. You guys really bring it in that regard, or the team does, and everything.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, understanding detail a little bit more. Uh, do you personally have any issues with the violence that is in that game and the young people that play it?
Nah, man.
No,
It's a video
I'm with
game.
you. You know, the reason I say people,
You
I go,
know,
listen, put that on the parents. You know what I mean? Or put that on another person.
bingo. That's it. Like that it is your freedom to choose to engage in such games or film or TV or whatever else that has violence in it or not.
And they
Totally up
put
to
the
you.
warnings on it, don't they?
Yeah, of course. Like nobody turns GTA 5 on going like, I think this is going to be good for my like 2-year-old, right? And
Well,
like nobody,
funny, Jay.
like
I brought my 10-year-old grandson on, and let me tell you, I got some pushback. Well, you got
yeah,
your 10-year-old grandson shoot it. Listen,
yeah,
he's grounded and he's
yeah,
not going to do something stupid. He's not going to think this is real. He's got enough
totally.
love and connection in his family to not worry
It
about that. That's just
it
my
depends on the kid, the family, that like it's people are ready for that at different ages.
You have 2 children, don't you?
I do.
How old?
5 and 2.5.
So they're not on GTA yet.
Oh no, they're not quite there yet.
They're not even up to the Larry Lawton book yet.
No, 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 no. They got a ways to go, but they'll get there.
Yes. Lester, do you smoke cigars?
Once in a blue moon. It's been a minute, but I do like a stogie now and again.
I
Why
need
not?
your address after the show, and I will be sending you a box. I told you, and the lighters, the works.
Yes, dude. Yes.
I like to do that. I got to know you guys, and we enjoy it because I'm a cigar guy, obviously, and
Sure.
we did a bunch of stuff like that. So now let's just getting back into your family life. Are you married, Jay?
Yep, married. My amazing wife, Courtney, of many years now.
Is
She's
she
the mama.
okay with everything? I mean, does she understand the acting business, the GTA business? I mean, I don't know. Some girls, some people have no clue. I can tell someone GTA and I go, "What?"
Yeah,
Obviously, they're at our age, but
she's totally good. She's always been very supportive of me and my career choices, and she's great like that. Really great.
that makes
And it's not always easy because being an actor, sometimes I have to go out of town for an extended period, or sometimes there's a pandemic and you don't work for a really long
yeah.
time,
Oh,
or
that's true, Jay.
sometimes there's
A
like
strike,
it's
a writer's strike.
right, there's a strike. So like it's not a lot of people sort of their jobs are a little more even keeled or steady over time, and it's more up and down, which is also frankly why I like it, because you just never know what the hell is going to happen, and that's more interesting to me. But she is very supportive of that and always been
That's
she's
very
the
important.
bedrock of the family for sure.
Obviously, that's very important, Jay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Another question on that front. Like you said, you're in and out of work. You don't know when. That's just part of the nature of the beast of acting,
Oh
obviously.
yeah. Yep.
Does she get in? Does she act, or does she ever become part of the team?
No, she's in event planning, and
Oh,
has always had a very steady gig, and she's great. It's fun. It's nice to be married to an event planner because there's a lot of great food and beverage happening around our house. Like
I can imagine.
she's
I'm
a
coming
real
to one of those.
pro. Yeah.
Jay, can you give us a little hint of what you just did with Netflix?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? I can't like say obviously too much. I'm not supposed to like reveal anything major, but it's a show called Zero Day, and it's going to be
Is it
really
a
good,
movie or a
dude.
show?
A series, a limited series for Netflix,
Like
6
7.
episodes.
That's what I want to do with my book. I was offered a movie, Jay, and
Oh,
I don't
really?
want it. I need a mini series.
Ooh, let's talk more about that. That's smart, dude. Yeah, you
Absolutely.
need the time. You need the 5, 6, 7 episodes to like
Oh, too
really
much in my book. If you
flesh it
read my
out.
book,
Yeah,
Jay,
man.
yeah, it's
The,
wild.
the the Larry Lawton story cannot be contained in 90 minutes to 2 hours. It's just not, you know.
It is true. And the
That's
reason,
very smart, dude. Very
well,
smart of you.
I get off a lot of TV shows and all that kind of stuff, and I'm very picky. Not, I just want the right budget, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Obviously, Netflix got the right budget, but they also take a lot of rights, and I know that too.
sure,
I talk to
sure.
lawyers and stuff. I have them, so you can do that. So
Yeah.
in this series you're playing, six, is it filmed the whole thing?
Yeah, I think they're still going. It's a big epic piece. Like it's a
Oh wow,
monster.
good for you, Jay. Good for you.
So they,
Congratulations.
my character's stuff kind of all happened in a particular location. So they shot that location out, and then they went out on the road to shoot the rest of the series. So I kind of got to wrap up, and then they went off to. I think they finished in June, if I remember right. But yeah, they're still going, and the cast is like bonkers good.
Top of the line.
Uh,
And it's funny because as much as
yeah,
I'm on shows myself,
the lead, and he's
who is the lead?
amazing. Bob De Niro.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got Bob De
yeah,
Niro? You were working with him?
yeah, and Connie Britton, Jesse Plemons. I mean, I could go on. The cast is like really amazing.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah,
And good for you.
and that guy
Congratulations.
is a class act, by the way, in every way.
Oh,
Like
I
really,
heard nothing but good things about him.
yeah, class
The
act.
way he handles people, he's not above people. He helps
No.
people. He's patient with actors.
Yes.
Obviously he's been 80 something years old. He's a consummate. I mean, if it's a De
And
Niro movie, it's big.
and I'll tell you what was extremely notable about him is his work ethic. Dude, but he's in almost every dude busted his ass all day, every day,
Wow.
and like never, if he was ever tired, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like he worked hard,
He got good
and he's a
drugs.
great guy. Yeah.
He got good drugs.
I hope so.
Good for him. He can afford the good folks.
Yeah. I gotta find out who his doctor is.
You
Yeah.
know, Jay, it's good to hear and understand you've been around that business for a lot longer than me. I mean, I'm in and out of it. I did a lot of TV work, but
Yeah.
again, this is your been to watch them. Like a friend of mine has the series called Gravesend. It's
Mhm.
on Amazon Prime, and
Cool.
very good friend of mine, William DeMeo, and it's about Brooklyn and the mob and all. And he wants me to be in season 3, and
Cool.
yeah, so and they had like Chaz Palminteri, and they have a bunch of actors like that.
Yeah.
That
Love that guy.
the last series, and they got Leo Rossi, all friends of mine,
Yeah.
that I know. And they said, man, and I went to the set when they were doing a whole thing with a strip club or whatever, and they go, Larry, we want you on, will you come on? As they wanted me on season 2, but I was so busy. It's a commitment. It's a major.
Oh yeah.
Commitment. It's a major.
Oh
Commitment.
yeah. Oh, big
And
time. Especially, yeah, TV can take a minute if you're involved in the whole season, like
it's big. Also,
months and months.
Jay, the way they shoot is amazing. They can shoot the endings today, and then they can shoot the middle of the season.
Yeah.
2 months from that. It's crazy how they really work it. They're
Yeah.
very coordinated. During the strike, with the writer's strike, obviously, I had an executive producer, who's a very good friend of mine. Matter of fact, he came on my show, and he really, he's the one who founded LA Live, actually, even.
Oh,
And
cool.
he's a great guy, JJ, and he worked with Maury Povich, and and all back in the day and stuff. Good friend. So I have him on my show, and we're talking about the writer's strike. He goes, Larry, what people are not getting with the writer's strike is they think, oh, you can just get another writer. No. When a writer writes a character, he's writing from him for the mannerisms, the way he goes, so you can't just throw another writer in there and think he's going to pick up the same way that guy's going to pick up.
Right.
And people will notice. And he
Absolutely.
was so right. And
Yeah.
now I get it when the shows were back. Why? I don't know who's right or wrong in any strike. Obviously, both
Right.
have an issue. You were paying too much. You're not paying enough. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
And how did that strike affect you? You're obviously you're in the union.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many years been
Many
in SAG
years,
after.
Screen Actors Union, and now you're in that union. Were you shut down for the time?
Yeah. I mean, without writers, there's nothing to do. That's it.
Nor would you cross a picket line, would you?
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not. Never.
I didn't think you would.
Nah, man. Like you gotta stick with it or not. And that's been a big problem in the commercial world, like TV commercials, internet commercials, all that. They've started going non-union, and because people are doing the jobs for peanuts.
Yeah.
Because there's too many people, and so they'll accept those jobs for a bullshit paycheck. And next thing you know, there's
the whole
no
industry's
more
down.
commercial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny, Jay, because YouTube's like that. We do, but what I have learned, and maybe you can elaborate on this for a second, in not only any movie, GTA, anything you're doing, gaming, what I am learning is when I just did a TV show for VH1, My True Crime Story. I think I sent you the clip.
Yeah.
Now that was an hour show, and then I did rankings on Jubilee. Jubilee is one of the biggest, 9 million subscribers, and one of the biggest, as big as a network, obviously.
Yeah.
And I will tell you what, Jay, I think the YouTube channel, Jubilee, the big channel, they're doing it more proficiently, probably more professionally, equipment, the works. And they didn't have to go through the hoops.
Right.
Obviously the legalities that go on when I do TV or something is they want my mother's social security number and my grandmother's date of birth. Enough already, at what point is enough? And that's just lawyers involved. And it took a year. Did you know I filmed that in last year in Connecticut? That's where a lot of shows are being filmed. in
Okay.
Connecticut last year. I ended up going up for a week, and we filmed that show with my brother and people. And I'll tell you what, over a year, I do a Jubilee episode. 2.5 weeks later, it's up. You know,
Yeah, right.
they're faster, they're better, more cost effective. Obviously, network. Content. You and I know this. Content is king. Period.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
what, I don't care. Everybody can. There's more places and more places to showcase something, but you still have to have good content. You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's 100% true.
Now I don't
That
know how
that
you
is, I
run
think,
it.
the only thing that we can count on in terms of showbiz and like the entertainment industry at large, because it's all changing so much.
Oh,
Everything, the pandemic, the strikes, that was all big change for the industry, but it ain't over. It's not like everything's just like back to normal and we're all good. It's going to continue to change and evolve, and I have no idea where it's going ultimately. I don't think anybody really does. I think there's a lot of different business models being sort of thrown around about how to like streamers have to do something a little different now because it's not working.
what?
But
So,
what we do
so
know is, like you say, content is king. You got to have good shit to put out there, or nobody cares. Doesn't matter.
Jay, you make a great point because as I see it is nobody knows where it's going. People are working from home now. Cameras are cheap. You could put cameras everywhere. I mean, that's how the Kardashians did it, really. They had
Yeah, yeah,
lawyers and money, and they put cameras all over their house, and then they had an editor to put it all together. And look what happened. It become crazy.
totally.
But it's like that now. Obviously, I started YouTube 4 years ago with an iPhone 10 in my
Yeah.
bedroom because I got screwed over by Vanity Fair, and I wasn't gonna let that stand. And
I
look at
remember.
now you look back and you go, wait a minute, they really want this, they want that. I'm in Nicaragua. I was Oliva Cigar puts up a ton of money to give me a cigar. So things happen, and they happen in the right ways. I just think you got to be very flexible today. You know,
Oh yeah,
as an
yeah.
actor and stuff like where you go. Can I ask you a question? You're in South Jersey, correct?
I live in North Jersey, but I'm opening up the shop. Speaking of being
Gotcha.
flexible,
Okay.
there it is. That is why I got into the cannabis business, because of the pandemic and
Oh,
the
100%.
strikes.
It's a good
Yeah.
move, Jay. I think one, it's
Oh
you
yeah,
still like it. It's what you like to do. But also, I
I
look at
love
it
it.
like, why are you in Jersey when most of the acting and stuff is LA, New York, Connecticut now is very big because
Yeah,
because of money.
yeah. So where I live in Jersey is, it's considered a suburb of New York. Like
You know
there's a
Monroe
train.
County?
No, I'm in Essex County.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the of course I know it.
Yeah,
I know the
yeah,
area.
yeah. So like there's a Jersey Transit like right across from my house. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the city in 40 minutes. It's no big deal. But the other thing is, as we've just covered, it's all changing, right? I rarely go to a casting office for auditions anymore. Rarely.
Where do you go?
It's I do it right like you and I are doing right now. I film it at home. I record it at home if it's a voiceover. I do it's all me doing doing the auditions at home
You
and
know,
sending it to the casting directors.
that is so true. Whenever I get offered something, they say, "Can we have a Zoom call?" So we'll
Yep,
get on
it's
Zoom, and they'll ask me to tell a
Zoom
story
callbacks. Yeah, yeah.
and
It,
that
it's
kind of thing.
all of which is to say, like, it's never been easier to not live in New York City or LA like directly if you're an actor,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
know
Well,
you
things have
can.
changed now. Like you said, back in the day when we didn't have this, you had
Oh
to go
yeah,
to the office. You had to get there. You had to go on
oh
audition
yeah.
to audition to audition.
When I first started acting, there weren't really even like cell phones. Super people didn't even use them that much, so you had to have a 212 answering service,
Or a beeper.
right? So well, like you would call in and be like, okay, do I have any messages? And so you would get your messages for the day. Like your agents would call you up and be like, okay, you got appointments today. You got to go be here at this time and there at that time. And you're like, okay. And I'm writing it down, figuring out how to get there. Like that's how it was in the beginning.
Now, Jay, people could obviously Google you. What is the biggest show you did?
Ooh, the biggest TV show. Let's see. I mean, I'm 0 Day is going to take that title as soon as it comes out, because
What
it's
does it do?
just
What does it do out?
I believe it's coming out beginning of next year ish. That's the word on the street. But
Typical
you
TV,
know,
take forever.
yeah, that well, and it's because it's such a big,
Production, yeah.
big production. There's a lot of post production work. I'm sure. I'm not that I'm involved in that, obviously, but I'm I'm quite sure that they have a hell of a lot of work to do post production wise. Um, but yeah, I think that show will probably take that title as soon as it comes out because if for no other reason, then the cast
Did you
is
do a
extraordinary.
lot of commercials and stuff like that? And
Oh my God, yeah, I've done a million TV commercials over the years and voiceover stuff, and I've done some Broadway shows, and
wow.
I've done indie films. I've done a little bit of everything, man, which is really nice.
And is
So
GTA pretty much the one you're recognized the most for?
yeah, that definitely that is like the thing that most people. What's funny is it's not like people often recognize me on the street as Lester. Once in a blue moon, once in a blue moon, somebody will be like, "Are you Lester?" But because of course
Ah,
I was
that's all
like
you
I
do.
was animated. Yeah, then I give them the voice, and but yeah, man, that's definitely the one that people know my name from the most.
Now, I'm not going to piss you off, but I got to ask this question.
Sure.
There's a lot of people want myself to take over Lester for GTA 6. Obviously, you can't mention GTA 6.
Oh, is that
You
right?
can't mention GTA 6. I know you can't. But don't you believe I would be a better? And here's why. Jay,
Better
I
than
got
Lester?
Lester.
Larry.
Wait, Lester. I got to ask this question.
Okay, ask
Here's
me.
what blew me. I says,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Lester, you at one point in the game, you meet with Franklin and Michael
Yeah.
to pay them money after a job. And you were not a boss. You were, I got so mad at you. I'm saying, what fucking boss would be taking these? I would I'd shoot these two fuckers because they shouldn't talk to me as the boss like that. Now, and I told my whole entire platform says, wait, Harry's right. The boss don't accept that. Yes. If I was you, I would have had that cane with a bullet, the gun, and shot them both right there.
I
And
get it.
they can't talk to a boss like that. And you know this, Lester. So how can you say Lester could be better than Larry?
Okay. Very. I mean, with respect, very easily because, like I was saying earlier, Lester's not the guy that's going to fight you. He's not going to whip out his pistolas and shoot you in the head. He's going to get you with his brain. They might think that he's not the boss, but that's the whole game. It's about the long con, baby.
Lester, stop it. Lester, let
Lester's
me
in
explain something,
control
Lester.
ultimately.
If you're the boss and you're
Yeah,
respected as a boss, and I was in this life,
yeah.
your boss that that you're respecting, that fucker whacked a few people, or what he's about, and you're a little.
You don't think Lester whacked some people? Lester fucking
Listen,
whacked a lot of good
Lester,
people.
you can't whack someone with a phone. Oh, hit this stupid pop-up phone. Lester, let me explain.
It's
Oh, I want a code to
2024.
get out. Lester, I gotta
I
kick
could
your
whack
ass
a
on that.
million
No,
people with my phone.
people are gonna watch this and say, wait a minute. And I said, wait, Lester, with respect to you,
Yeah.
fuck, you can't be better than me, Lester. I'm fucking in the game.
Okay,
I'm
Larry.
the fucking game. I am fucking GTA.
Listen,
People look
you
at me
are
and say,
GTA? I
Lester,
am fucking GTA.
Lester,
I'm fucking Lester.
no, Lester, I had a getaway.
Show
That
him
is
the puppet
documented.
master.
Lester,
I'm
I
the
had
puppet master, dude.
Lester, you can't talk.
I love you, Larry, but you're not. You're not Lester. You're not Lester. You're not like the puppet master. Brain behind the computer that's running the show for real.
Lester,
I
stop
with a
it.
stroke of
I
a
did it,
button,
Lester,
I'll
20
whack a
something.
million people.
Lester,
talking
20
about
something jewelry stores, 15, 18 million. First of all, Lester, even your jobs on the damn show are 300,000 for. Stop that shit.
Are you
Another thing,
shitting on my
Lester.
jobs?
Lester,
Those are
how
good,
can you
good gigs?
How can you let Michael? How can you let Franklin? How can you let Steven? How can you let them talk to you like that without and say, whoa, boys, you want in on a job? You fucking listen to Larry.
I let them talk to me like that because I want them to talk to me like that because I want them to think that they're running the show.
Lester,
so that they get comfortable.
Lester,
And that's when
you're
I sneak up behind them and I fucking hit some computer buttons and their heads explode.
Lester,
that's how you do it.
Lester,
it is the modern era.
Lester, what do you know about the fucking modern era? You're fucking a game guy. I'm a real gangster.
You're a real gangster. What do you know about the modern era? This is GTA 5. This is fucking computers and shit. The whole thing is computers. This is not waltzing into a store and robbing shit or shooting your guys because they did a bad thing. This is much more sophisticated. It's a much bigger picture.
No,
it's the whole thing.
Lester, here's
what
you're fuck. You're wrong. Now you're starting to piss me off. You're trying to say just because I grew up in an era where I really had to do the job. That's where you get the experience. That's where you get people to respect you. You don't get respect by fucking saying something to them and they're talking shit to you. I'll slap the shit out of those motherfuckers. That's the end of that, Lester.
It's not 1982, Larry. It's fucking 2024. You get respect with money, and you get money by boop, boop, boop on the computer and
Lester,
fucking run the show in the background.
Because I would have robbed you.
You know who the richest, most evil bastards out there are? No, you don't know them because you'll never know their names because they're operating in the fucking shadows like Lester.
In today's world, they're the government. They're
shadow people. Lester, doing.
I'm not accepting that for one bit, and I don't care if we have an argument over it or not. I'm telling you, I'm having my audiences.
Take it to the people, Larry.
I want my guy.
Take it to the people.
I want everybody. And I mean this, I want you down below in the comments. I want you to tell me who's a better boss, Lester or Larry. I know you guys
Lester's a better boss. Larry, you're fucking losing it. You're losing it, man.
Lester, I'm done. Give me the comment.
You're done. I'm
done. Fuck you, Lester.